All right, folks, it is First Cup with First News, and each week we go live from a different location across the Orthopaedics. Dr. David Birkin joins us right now, and I was telling you a little bit earlier, he is fellowship trained for foot and ankle surgery. Some of the things he works on here, folks, I mean, it is a lot, okay? I mean, he specializes in treating bunions, arthritis, hammer toes, sports injuries, Achilles injuries, ankle sprains, flat foot deformities, and much more. And he also does total ankle replacement. Don't know how that happens, but that's why I'm a meteorologist and he's the surgeon over here. Okay, so first of all, Dr. Birkin, thank you for joining us again this morning.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a few months, not too long though, since we joined last. Okay, so I want to ask you first, what sets your Highland clinic apart from other orthopedic practices?
Yeah, so I mean, we've been part of this community for quite a while now.
Oh, yeah.
And we have a strong reputation in the community, and we've been taking care of people in the Shreveport-Bossier area for a long time. And really what we focus on is having a community-based practice that takes care of our sports teams, takes care of our local people, and try and keep everything locally based and homegrown.
And with all that said, why should someone go to a orthopedic surgeon or specialist as opposed to managing pain or an injury on their own?
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, aches and pains happen, right? We deal with those all the time. If things are getting to the point that you've been dealing with them for a while and still you can't seem to get control of it, or it's something that you're just not able to use the limb or able to put weight on something after an injury, then that's when you should really look at discussing with one of us and making sure that you haven't damaged more than you think.
Okay, all right, and he's going to be telling us more about this, and I'll be telling you more about the forecast coming up a little bit later in the show. Shannon and Nate, we're going to toss it over to sports now. All right, Dr. David Birkin joins us right now, Highland Clinic, Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and we're talking about injuries, sports related, obviously. You know, it's football season now and everything. Everybody's in football practice and such, and of course, during the games, there's injuries, and of course, you can have injuries outside of football games. I mean, I can be walking down the hall and trip and fall, and nothing be in front of me, of course. But do want to ask you, Dr. Birkin, how do you handle the most common, I guess, what would that be, just foot and ankle injuries, which I guess you would see that would be kind of common even on the football field, foot, ankle?
Yeah, absolutely. So by far the most common injury that we deal with during football season, and then basketball and volleyball, which is coming up soon, ankle sprains. Extremely common because you have these athletes that are running, cutting, stepping on other people, and have an acute injury where their ankle rolls. And so the most common way for us to deal with that is, we'll put people in a boot, we'll send them to physical therapy, and usually we can get them back on the field or on the court rather quickly. But typically that can be handled without surgery and get those athletes back out there.
Do you recommend usually surgery over more of a conservative treatment?
Not for ankle sprains. So 85 to 90% of ankle sprains just get better with time and physical therapy. So we try and get those people, try and have them avoid having to have surgery so that they don't have to miss time on the field, and get them back without obviously having a surgery.
Right. Okay. And Doc, we'll be talking to you a little bit more about what you guys do here, what you take care of each day, and what's common and what's not, and how you can take care of it, and that and your forecast. Look at the radar. Willis-Knighton Mega 3 Doppler radar coming up here very soon. But first, we're going to send it out to Nate Fluharty. Okay. Dr. David Birkin joins us now. We're at the Highland Clinic, Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and talking about ankles now, talking about foot care and ankle care. What are some of the biggest misconceptions about care for both the foot and the ankle?
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of times when people come in with foot and ankle problems, they assume that they're going to need surgery to fix those issues. And obviously, I'm a surgeon. There are times that we have to fix things, especially if they're broken or they've been significantly deteriorated, but lots of times we can do braces, we can get orthotics for people, we can send them to physical therapy, we can change their shoe wear. There's lots of things that we can do to get people back and doing what they want to be doing without having to have surgery.
Has foot and ankle treatment evolved much over your career? I mean, have you seen big changes from when you started medicine to right now?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, my career is relatively young, but even in that time, some of the things we've been doing is more minimally invasive surgery where we can make smaller incisions and still accomplish the same goals and have people recover faster. And so that's been a big change since I've started my career.
Okay, all right. And we're going to talk more with Dr. Birkin about feet, ankles, sports medicine, injuries and such. It's football season now, as you know, and that's why we're here. We are live this morning. We will have more coming up at about 5:53. It is First Cup with First News. Each week we go live from a different location. Highland Clinic, Orthopaedics and Sports Medicine. Dr. David Birkin joins us this morning. And we've been talking about injuries, sports injuries, ankles and such, and surgeries and other treatments. But now we're going to talk about something a little bit different. We're going to talk about your colleagues. What is it like working with your colleagues up here at the clinic, at Highland Clinic, every day in and day out?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, dealing with a bunch of surgeons, sometimes
Yes.
those unique personalities don't interact, but turns out one of the unique things about us is that we're all good friends. We all hang out on the weekends. We know each other's kids' names. And so it's a lot of fun. It's a fun place to work, and especially whenever you get to work with your friends. And so that's something that is fun to look forward to. You even have the occasional office pranks, which is fun.
Yeah, yeah, that does help work go by quicker when you're able to have fun from time to time.
Absolutely.
And even smile and laugh and frolic, you know, go out together and do things. It brings you closer together and helps that work environment, I guess, be more relaxed.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because otherwise you just kind of strain through the day. Speaking of straining, though, let's talk about some of the things you do here. You work on, I guess, ankles, for example. If you've got a sprain, if you've got a break, football injuries, cheerleading injuries. I mean, all kinds of things like that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, we take care of several high schools in the area. We see lots of athletic injuries, and not only in athletes, but in people of all ages, in whatever their types of injuries are, whether they're arthritic in nature, you know, occur over time, tendonitis, or the, you know, breaks or sprains that we see in football injuries and other sporting events.
Right, so any age from youngsters to my age, 25, or to Rick's age, 125. So it doesn't matter. You don't have to be in school, you don't have to be in sports, whatever kind of injury, they can probably take care of that for you. And Highland Clinic, Orthopaedics and Sports Medicine in Shreveport, First Cup with First News this morning. That's where we've been live all morning long. Dr. David Birkin joins us now. And we've been talking all morning about injuries, sports injuries, anyone at any age. If you're having some kind of issue, come up here. You guys can check things out. Tell us about your clinic and kind of give us an overview, a Reader's Digest version of what y'all do here.
Yeah, absolutely. So here at Highland Clinic Orthopaedics, we have just about every specialty covered. And if you're having any issues, you can come in. You don't need a referral. You can just call our clinic to come in. And we take care of everyone from young children to older adults with arthritic problems. But yeah, if you're having any problems, we can get you in here, get you x-rayed, figure out what's going on, whether that's just getting you a brace, doing an injection, getting further imaging. We've got all of that in-house.
And surgery, is that a common thing, especially when you've had a break or any kind of injury? Do you try to talk people away from the surgery route, or how does that work?
Well, yeah, so it's all dependent on what's going on. So if you have a bad broken ankle, then there's no getting around it, right? We need to get in there and fix it and restore the anatomy of the ankle. And so that's basically, there's not much discussion to be had. Okay, we need to fix you. Now, whenever we're dealing with more kind of aggravating issues, such as like a tendonitis or things like that, arthritis, then that's where bigger discussions come in. What are you trying to accomplish? What are you trying to get back to? Can we help you better with conservative management without surgery, or doing a surgery?
And do you just work on, because we've been talking a lot about the ankles and feet, do you do arms or anything like that?
Yes, sir. So,
check this out. I fell off a pony when I was 7.
You know?
You see that? They put a pin in that too.
You know? They
Yeah.
did all right.
Yeah, they did okay on that. It wasn't a sport. It was a cat that was stooping the pony. So.
But yeah, so we're all specialized, but we can work on different parts of the body because we're all trained in general orthopedics.
So this is where you need to come, right up here at Highland Clinic. They are orthopedics and sports medicine in Shreveport. It's First Cup with First News. Shannon, Nate, back to you guys.